Hey all, it's Matt, your average gamer, and for this video, we're going to be covering a cold Phantom Slash build. If you're wondering, by the way, this is the build that ended up getting voted on in the polls from like a week ago, and I finally made a little bit of a video here for that build. And this involves the Grave Scythe, which got voted on with Phantom Slash in cold affinity, and honestly, in all honesty, this build ended up coming out better than I expected. All footage is on New Game Plus 7, by the way, and there's even a little bit of info at the end of this video that you're definitely going to want to stick around for. And how the Phantom Slash Ash of War works is you get a Phantom that comes out first, and then after that you'll hit with a follow-up. Now, as far as the follow-up goes, you could change your direction, which in some cases for certain bosses can allow you to avoid attacks. Now, the first attack is decent damage, and then the follow-up's good damage too. If you're able to hit with both overall, it's pretty solid. Now, we have it in cold affinity, so we are going to be able to proc Frost, which is a nice added bonus, as that was what was voted on in this build on the polls on my main channel, and it turned out quite well. Let's jump into equipment here. And we have the Grave Scythe in cold affinity with Phantom Slash. We have any seal for buffs. We hit 51 poise if you want to check it out there. We have the Shard of Alexander. I was actually meant to have the Ritual Swords Talisman equipped, but I had forgotten. And for the next talisman after that, we went for the Green Turtle Talisman, because this can kind of be a little bit stamina costly, and then Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman in case you get hit, and we have the Magic Tier and Faith Tier. Let's talk about stats. For stats, now two-handed, we're going to hit 80 Strength, we have 54 Strength, we have 25 Intelligence for a little bit of magic damage there too, we have 60 Vigor, the buffs we're using are Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength. And now, as far as the buffs go, always use the longer duration stuff first, so the order would be drinking your tear, using Golden Vow, and then Flame Grant Me Strength. I want to show something else you can switch to on the fly, and then at the end of this video, there's going to be a little bit of added info. So with just changing the Green Turtle Talisman for the Rottenwing Sword Insignia and the Magic Tier for the Thorny Tier, I threw on Spinning Strikes, and I was able to get really good damage and quick Frost build up for a little bit of a change up with the same exact stats. Now, I recommend trying out a whole bunch of different things. We have good cold affinity stats for the Grave Scythe that give us a decent amount of damage, so the important part to note here is that you could change to different types of Ashes of War and cold affinity, try them out, and find different stuff you like to try to be versatile and give you more options. Now, for the end here where we add a little bit of info, I showed this in only one of my other videos, but it's kind of important here because it's super helpful. You can actually use two different Ashes of War in certain cases if you're near a Site of Grace. Now, I recommend using Golden Vow because that'll last through the Site of Grace, but keep in mind that tier resets when you use the Site of Grace. Golden Vow will stay through when you get back up. We use Chilling Mist and Cold Affinity here first, and now we're going to sit down and switch it to Phantom Slash. And now that we have Phantom Slash and Cold Affinity with Chilling Mist on it, which is actually pretty crazy if you think about it, we now have added Frost buildup. We're going to use Flame Grant Me Strength. We're of course going to drink our tier 2, and let's see how much damage we get out of this. And now we're going to test this on the Troll at Secluded Cell, which is really good to test on, by the way, because you could just go up behind him and attack him, and we're able to get Frost procced, we're able to get a good amount of damage too, and Chilling Mist on Phantom Slash is a nice added bonus. If you try this in Blood Affinity and you have a weapon where you can use Seppuku on it, you can actually add Seppuku and then use Phantom Slash in Blood Affinity and get a ton of bleed build up too. Definitely be sure to sub if you found this video helpful. If you want to see more quick Elden Ring build videos, definitely subscribe and comment below and let me know. I will catch everybody soon.